Good Monday morning, meaties. How you doing? Shout out to Macy for being the first one in the chat. Or Mackie, I don't know. Could be Mackie. It's probably Macy. M-A-C-I. Hello. How you doing? Please be good, Saw 11. Hope Wishmaster performed well. It did fine. You know, it did what you'd expect. It was like a Hatchet level performance. But I really appreciate all the positive comments about it. People thinking that it was a fun episode. I had a blast. I'm glad that came through. Thank you, Chiwubaka64. I appreciate that. Not a lot going on this week with news, but we'll go through what we have. I also I have a different headphone cable, so I feel very restricted. You can see I'm kind of getting pulled off to the side there, but that's okay. I'll make it work. Hey Shay, welcome. I'm glad you were able to catch one live. We got a live one. All right. VHS kill counts are amazing. Don't want them to stop, says Laura James. Well, you got 3 more, so they're not over just yet. Don't you worry. Was it what I wished it would be? The Fairly Odd Parents reference was hilarious. Thank you, Chavo. You know what? One of the things that I've slowly come to realize is that, I'm aging out of making references that a youthful audience will know and appreciate, and I probably won't be able to make references that a lot of those viewers will know. When I started 7 years ago, when I started... My friends and I were talking about how funny it is and depressing it is from our point of view that there's such a clean break in when millennials stopped being the focal point generation as far as pop culture goes. And it was the pandemic. It was COVID. In the 2010s, everything was centered around millennials and, catered to millennials. And then we all went into lockdown. And then when we came out, it was like, oh no, you're old. You don't matter anymore. Now we're going to focus on Gen Z. And we were like, wait, what? Hold up, though. I don't know. And so it's funny that just looking back, those first few years on the kill count, it felt like every reference was getting picked up. The youth audience was very tuned into what I was saying. And now it's like, okay, I'll do it for the millennials, the zillennials, maybe some Z's, but we're aging up out of this, I think. But I don't mean to alarm anyone. It's fine. I'm just saying as far as reference humor goes and the things that I can reference. Oh, man. It was just like, oh, yeah, pandemic's over. And also, you're old. Sorry. Go pay your mortgage. Go have a kid. Would you want to do other anthology films like you have do the VHS segments? Yes. Yes. We will be drawing the VHS kill counts to a close at the end of this month, but you will not see the end of Dead Meat Video. I think Dead Meat Video will be our method of approaching anthology films from now on. So whether that means Creepshow, whether that means the ABCs of Death. Obviously, Creepshow is the, more classic, probably better film. But I think people would be interested in tuning in for the ABCs of Death. I don't know. Regardless, you will see more of Dead Meat Video as a means of me, Chelsea, and Zoran all co-hosting a video and doing different segments within the same film. I think that'd be lots of fun because we're having a blast with it. So don't worry. Dead Meat Video will be back and that merch will be up soon, I promise. I promise. We had a meeting on Friday. Where can I get my polo? Asks Gonzo. Yeah, we had a meeting with our merch people, and they had all these cool, Dead Meat Video stuff. And then after the presentation, I was like, this is all very cool. We need the polo. And I need the polo to look just like it does in our videos. Because I've had the experience before where you're watching something, and you're like, that's such a cool thing that they have in it. I want that. I want to own that. And then it's not available, or when it becomes available, it's kind of different. And you're like, okay, but I wanted that thing that I saw. And so I don't want that experience to happen for people who want that Dead Meat polo, the Dead Meat video polo. I want you to have that exact polo. So I was like, listen, that's the priority. We need to have this Dead Meat polo available. So it will be happening. No, not Veronica, Dingle Schwartz. Oh my God, what if we did Veronica with Dead Meat video? Oh man. That'd be something, wouldn't it? Mug of the day is Belegde. That's a classic. I've always got it. All right, let's get to the news. There's not a ton going on here, but we'll talk about it here. Oh, why do I feel like oh, there it is. Okay. Cool. We got Scream 7's release date is February 27th, 2026. It's not the upcoming February. So you got you're going to be waiting 16 months for this one. Obviously, lots of stuff about this when it comes to behind the scenes. I heard from somewhere that Kevin Williamson was maybe doing some script rewrites or just working on the script, and maybe that's why it's taken so long, but I haven't seen that confirmed anywhere, so maybe that's just someone talking out of their ass, because the script was written by Guy Busick, who he and James Vanderbilt did Scream 5 and 6, but Kevin Williamson will be directing Scream 7, just a reminder. He's only directed one film before teaching Mrs. Tingle in the 90s, but he was the one who wrote Screams 1, 2, and 4. And the film will be apparently Sydney focused as opposed to new characters because they fired the lead actor for the previous new character. Okay. Get out of here, ad. Katie O'Brien joins Glenn Powell in The Running Man for Edgar Wright. So The Running Man is a Stephen King story, a novel from 1982. It was previously made into a film adaptation starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, which I don't think I've ever seen, but I did definitely read this book because I had the Bachman books. It was published under his pseudonym Richard Bachman, along with one of my favorite books ever that he's written, The Long Walk, and two others. There was one about like a construction worker holed up in his house, I think. And then there was one about a school shooter that King, I think, removed from shelves after, that became more of a thing. I forget what it was. I forget the names of those other two stories, but I read the fuck out of all four of them when I was a kid. The black hardcover novel, some of you maybe. Do you have Rage? That's what it is. I think I have my old black hardcover Bachman book collection with the slip cover just torn to shit. But I do think I have that from when I was a kid somewhere in here because I took a lot of stuff from my dad's house. It was Rage and Roadwork. Roadwork was the other one, yeah. Rage was a school shooting one that King was like, all right, can we not have this published anymore? But this one was always more of like a sci-fi type thing. It's about violent game shows where you can win money, but you're being hunted by killers. And so Glenn Powell will play the person being hunted. And Katie O'Brien joined the cast. Katie O'Brien was in Love Lies Bleeding, which I still haven't watched. That's got to go on my list. And was also in Twisters alongside Glenn Powell. But I didn't really get a good sense of her as an actor in that because she was just part of kind of the Greek chorus, the ensemble supporting character. So I really need to watch Love Lies Bleeding. Not sure what role she'll have here, but it's a good cast, good director, Edgar Wright. So we'll see. The Running Man, when is that coming out? I think November. Yes, November 2025. So about a year. Tobin Bell confirms Jigsaw will return for Saw 11. I mean, I think we all just kind of assume that. I just assume that. Kevin Greuter will direct the installment. Great. He's the one who directed Saw X. Started off as a editor in this franchise, so been with the franchise a long time. And yeah, Tobin Bell just confirming that John Kramer will be a main part of Saw 11. I'm assuming it'll be I love this. Where to go? Oh yeah, we do not know what Saw X will be. We just know that it will not be a Spiral sequel. Yep, that's for sure. It will not be a Spiral sequel. Good. I'm assuming it's just going to be a sequel to Saw X, but Saw 11 will be out in September 2025. Did I like Saw X? AJ 2 times. Watch the kill count. You'll see that I loved it. It's very good. Coraline can't stop making money. Coraline is coming to theaters for a 3D release October 31st and November 1st. So check that out if you'd like to. Brand manager and producer Ben, who puts these things together, he's the reason we have these live streams every week, mentioned that seeing Coraline in 3D in theaters recently was one of the best 3D film experiences he's ever had. Maybe the best. So. And I did get a laugh out of this article, though. They should probably update it, because it says, based on the novel, where is it? Based on the novel by beloved author Neil Gaiman. Just take that one word out. Just take out beloved, maybe. He's had a lot of claims against him recently. So, I just feel like that, just the one word, take that out, you're good to go. It's factually based on a novel by him, but maybe right now in this moment in time, he's not quite beloved. I was like, oh, okay. Until Dawn's sequel is in development. Apparently, Until Dawn, the remake hit Steam, on Friday, and there was like a new ending or like a new post-credit sequence that alluded to a potential sequel, and now, Once Beloved, there you go. And now there is a sequel in development for Until Dawn. So there you go. I'm not going to get too much into this because I don't want to spoil anyone, but there you go. And that's all the news we have. It was a real light news week as far as horror news goes, but we can talk about dead meat stuff, and then I'll do the trailers after. I think I'll do that going forward, is just have the trailers at the end. People seem to appreciate it because not everyone watches trailers, so we'll do horror news, dead meat updates, and then trailers just to watch those at the end for anyone who does not partake, which is completely understandable, Trailers often spoil lots of stuff, and it's unfortunate. Dead meat stuff happening. If you'd missed it, we had 2 kill counts this past weekend. On Friday was VHS 94, the highly celebrated return to form for the franchise from 2021. And that episode did really well. So I think it did the best since the first VHS. And the first VHS kill count was the second best performing kill count of the year after Five Nights at Freddy's. So VHS is treating us pretty well right now. Think they were a good choice for this month. We'll reassess at the end of the month. And I think what I'll do at the end of this year is I'll just show you the analytics, just a brief kind of cursory overview, unless someone tells me between now and then that that's not a good idea for whatever reason. But I think I'll show you just like, yeah, here's what I've been looking at this whole year, and here's what I've been adjusting. Because you'll see, like, when people will talk about, oh, I want you to do all the sequels to a franchise, you'll see that the weekly views just have this downward slope in, I think, March and April, when we were doing Exorcist and Manhunter. And the complete series of those back to back, you just see week by week, and then it shoots back up when I think Nope was after that, and it's just like, all right, but I mean, it's not going to be the same case for every franchise, but like, the only franchises that will really sustain themselves throughout all the late sequels are the giant ones, the Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and even those have dips in the middle when you're reaching like Halloween 5, 6. When you get to like the late sequels in the original timeline before you get to the more modern remakes, people just kind of tune out. But you love the Manhunter kill count. Thanks, Cabbage. I love Manhunter. I just fucking love Manhunter. That movie, I still think about that movie with regularity. All right. Yeah, what if I show you the schedule on accident again? I made sure not to this time, Puppet Master. So, yes, last week we had VHS 94, and then yesterday, on Sunday, we had the Wishmaster kill count. Finally, at long last, the Wishmaster kill counter. It's one of my favorite horror movies. I mean, I bet I could find documents from 2017. Oh, thank you, Puppy Lover. I appreciate that. I could absolutely 100% find text files and documents from 2017 when I started Dead Meat, even before I started it, listing out stuff that I wanted to cover on the channel, and Wishmaster would be on there. Like, I can picture exactly at least one text document where it's like the franchise and the number of installments each one had for me to go through and be like, okay, what should I do next? Wishmaster was always on there. Always wanted to cover it. So glad I finally got to. Would love to do the sequels. Again, I haven't seen 3 and 4, but even if they're bad, I bet they're bad in a fun way to cover on a kill count. So that'd be a lot of fun to do. I wish that people still appreciated the value in doing a kill count on a awful, boring, shitty older movie, you know? Because sometimes, yes, a big part of the kill count, probably the biggest part of the kill count, is celebration of filmmaking, looking at how they're made, etc. But kill counts can also be very focused on humor, and the most humor can be mined from those kind of shitty old movies. So, you know, when you have urban legend Bloody Mary, there's a lot of jokes you can make in there. Thank you, Stephen Cavilli. And it's a fun way to do that. Oh, hey, Josh! Editor Josh is in the chat, but from OBS, I can't make him a mod. That sucks. They didn't perform as well, though. Working on those episodes, it made me realize how much I love Manhunter and Exorcist 3. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay. Anyway, this week, we are continuing our weekly podcast episodes here on Dead Meat Presents. So, last week's podcast was the Cuckoo episode, which that one did surprisingly poorly for a new movie. It was also blocked from a copyright claim in many countries for a few days. So that maybe impacted it, but I was surprised. I thought more people were interested in Cuckoo. It's hard to know when you're so deep in the horror bubble what is bubbling up outside to people who this isn't their job for. So it's like, for me, Cuckoo was something I've known about all year and that was highly anticipated, was interesting, that I enjoyed. And so I was like, oh yeah, everyone's going to love this episode. And then like, not the case. It's hard to know what bubbles up and breaks out to the mainstream. But this week, we will have a Guess the Kill. I think it's the third Guess the Kill episode. And this time, Chelsea plays. So we have Gressel playing the audio clues of kills from horror movies that have been covered on the channel. We've done this twice before, but in those, Chelsea had to be game master, play the clues, and give me hints. This time, Gressel plays the clues that were gathered by our team. Specifically, I think writer Tim and editor Sarah. And he will play the clues, give us hints. And Chelsea and I are competing for, we did put the prize on the line, baby. It's the poosketball. The toilet basketball net for you to shoot hoops while you poop. Poop hoops is up for grabs between Chelsea and I competing. You'll see how that ends. And we did have a little bit of a audio mishap during recording. Gressel's track was not recorded on his mic for some reason. Give us a little leeway. Sorry. And this goes for like Patreon rewards too. It's October. We're trying our best. I'm sorry. We will do our best to maintain the promises that we have been making, but this recording was done like the night before Gressels were leaving out of town for a week. It was like back to back with another recording that we did, so we were tired and one of the tracks just didn't get recorded, so we had to pull Gressel's audio from a camera. I think it'll be all right. We got Josh on it. He's great and we'll make it work right, but just a heads up, if you're expecting some clean, crisp Gressel audio, you're not going to get it. But the episode's still really fun. Chelsea gets very frustrated. Welcome to playing the game, hun. Now you know what it's like. and you'll see who wins. Take bets. This week, kill count, we got VHS 99 on Friday. VHS 99 is a sillier installment of the franchise. It's a lot of stuff that isn't necessarily realistic, but it's got some... It's fun. I'd say it's fun. Mabel is a highlight from To Hell and Back. You got an episode made by... A segment made by Flying Lotus, if you know him as a musician. He did an episode that kind of is a spoof on old Nickelodeon game shows, so check that out. It's on Shudder, of course. Oh no, Gressel's there, Alfalba. It's just his audio is a little subpar because it's being pulled from a camera. Don't worry. Gressel is on it. He's on the podcast. It's just that his mic didn't record and we had to take his audio from a camera. And camera audio isn't the best, but he's there. Don't worry. Chara C says, you guys don't deserve Crisp Gressel. That's right. Maybe if Wishmaster had done better, you'd get Crisp Gressel. I'm just kidding. I feel like everyone here probably watched the Wishmaster kill count. Yes. Oh, and I'm being told by Michael, our social media coordinator, that they did, in fact, just announce a sequel to Alien Isolation. So that is breaking news. There you go. 99 is on Friday, and then on Sunday, we got more of a one-off for you. It's The Mousetrap. Remember when I was just talking about how bad, boring movies can make for very fun kill counts? Here you go. There you go. Gressel does look like Emil Hirsch, Chavo. He absolutely does. Yeah. Thank you, Tony Mikael Samaripa, who met a film director at work. And you brought up, Dead Meat. Thanks. Nice. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys want to help us out, spread the word of, I'd say Dead Meat Presents specifically in our time of spookiness this October month. Spread the word of Dead Meat Presents, because next year we will be trying to kind of shift focus, not in a way where it supersedes the kill count, but we do want to do more things that are on Dead Meat Presents. But the way to make that worthwhile and to make it work for us is to have the audience there to view it, you know? Podcasts and even these live streams still haven't reclaimed the amount of views that they were getting when they were on the main channel, which is really unfortunate. I was hoping everyone would follow us over to Dead Meat Presents. It looks like we got about half that audience got the memo and came over. The other half just must be like, wonder why they stopped doing those things, and aren't aware of Dead Meat Presents. But do your best to spread Dead Meat Presents. We're gonna hit 200K this month, which is great, but I'd love to get that even higher so that the podcast, these streams, and all the other things that we do are worth it. I should probably do more ranking videos. The Nightmare on Elm Street ranking video, for whatever reason, is like, gets a ton of views even today on this channel. So I guess that's what people like. So maybe I could do some of that. But yeah, just spread the word, because I want to do other different series, and they would be on Dead Meat Presents as opposed to Dead Meat. It's just that Dead Meat is the one with the 6.5 million subs, and, you know, love to have them come over here. Any thoughts on having a TTRPG live game? I don't know what TTRPG is. Tabletop role-playing game. One of the things that we've been discussing on Dead Meat Presents is having not a role-playing game, but a like board game series where we get some friends from the horror world and play some horror board games, you know? So that's been in discussion. I think we even have our producer MK working up a budget for what that would actually look like. But the hope is that that'll happen next year, where we have, you know, horror friends over and play some horror board games. And I think that'd be really cool. But, you know, if we put that on Dead Meat Presents and gets 10,000 views, that's not going to pay for the production costs. So we need to have people come over here and check out these new series. And then there's also thank you very much, Jake Larkin. I appreciate that again. There's also the idea that we've had where it's like the commentary tracks for Scary Movie and Veronica, but there's a camera so that you can actually see us doing it, and it's kind of a sober drunk Disney style riffing on horror movies that, again, we would have a guest over. Those would be focused on older, crappier B movies probably, but I would hope that maybe people could be like, oh, wow, Dead Meat, they were doing kill counts for a while, and then they really found a new life with these other series that they did on Dead Meat Presents. That'd be great. Betrayal at House on the Hill, Daniel Spring, I think is a prime example of the type of game that we would want to play there. So these are the things that we have planned for Dead Meat Presents. It's just, again, they can't come out and only get 10K views. That's makes it tough to justify to sponsors and to production costs. And, people are like, oh, just do it for fun. Everything costs money. It's the time of the people involved. That's mostly it. Dead Meat is a successful business. I still don't believe our financial guy every time that he tells us that we're doing okay. But we mostly put the money that comes in to our staff. That's where almost all of it goes. Our payroll costs are by far, they're a huge percentage of where our revenue goes. And that's what I want it to be. I want the money that we generate to go to the people who are making it happen. And that's what makes me happiest. I'm sure it's what makes our employees happiest, is to make sure that they are all well compensated. And so that's what we do with the money we take in. You can't do this kind of stuff for fun. We're all in, like I was saying when we started, most of us are in our 30s or approaching it, and we got lots of bills to pay. So no longer fresh, spry, early 20-somethings who can do all this for free and just survive off of other work and get no sleep. Did that. Done with that. Okay, and next Wednesday, which the date will be, I'm going to get this right this time, October 16th, will be the Substance Podcast, baby. It's going to happen. We're so excited to rewatch that movie. Oh, and also on Dead Meat Presents, we're going to have interviews with Damien Leone and Lauren Lavera from Terrifier 3. I got the chance to watch Terrifier 3 yesterday. I got a screener of it. And today I'm going to be interviewing them. Hopefully Chelsea joins. She's getting a root canal today, so, maybe not. But I will be interviewing Damien. Are my staff full-time? Yeah, we have 12 full-time employees. We have a lot of people who we try to take care of. And they do amazing work. That's why this channel is so fucking good. It's a business. It's a production company. But yes, we'll have the Substance Podcast, and at some point we will have interviews with Damien. I don't know the release date of that video, but it'll be Damien and it'll be Lauren. I'll be talking to them all about Terrifier 3. Thoughts on Terrifier 3, no spoilers. It continues to hone in on what it does best. It's focusing more on giving us a little bit of more explanation and story. I won't say they answer everything you might want answered, but, Terrifier 4 was already confirmed, so probably in future installments we will get more. The gore, obviously, continues to be the highlight of the film. There's another featured kill that you will probably not be disappointed by. And is it better than 1 and 2? I mean, personally, yes, I think it's as good as 2. And they're both much better than 1, in my opinion. Best kill nomination, probably? Yeah. It's Terrifier. Come on. Gateway movie and Terrifier series, because I don't think I can handle that gore off the bat. There's nothing, sorry. There's no easing into Terrifier, dude. I'm sorry, man. It's either you do Terrifier or you don't. That's it. Ivan Benoit, thanks a lot. We will not be at Son of Monster Palooza this year. I apologize. Okay. Cool. That might be it. Let me check if there's anything else going on. Mousetrap. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. All right. I guess we'll do... Oh, yeah. And then I forgot to do the movies that are coming out this week. For anyone wanting to stay abreast of horror films, we've got Hellboy the Crooked Man. Who's Jack Kesey? Kesey? Was he Hellboy before? He's a new Hellboy? Oh, he was in Deadpool 2 as Black Tom? I haven't seen that. All right. Well, good for him. Oh, he's in The Strain a bunch. Great. Good. And then Mr. Crockett. We watched the trailer for that last week, so that comes out on Hulu. I'm going to try to catch this one. I thought it looked pretty cute. Looked pretty interesting. Ooh, oh, baby, I love to see that. Love to see an hour 28. Love to see an hour 28, baby. Hell yeah. I'll check that out. And then Terrifier 3, of course. 2 hours, 5 minutes. Shorter than part 2. Part 2, I think, was 2:20. And this one's 2:05. Oh, yeah. Daniel Roebuck's scene is great. Daniel Roebuck. He's in all the Rob Zombie movies. He was in Lost. Great character actor. And he's fantastic. This movie also, it does the Malignant thing where it just casts a bunch of brunettes and gives them all bangs. I'm like, why does every woman in this movie look the same? Even the little girls, they're like 2 little girl actors. And I'm like, their style, it's the Malignant hairstyle school of brunettes with bangs. That's what we got for movies coming out this week. And then just 2 trailers. Only 2 trailers, so let's check that out. Oh, excuse me, Lo-Fi Girl. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. Sure, we'll combine them. First one is Time Cut. And just a note, I believe that this is going to feel similar to Totally Killer, but I've been told that it was made before Totally Killer. Like, it was filmed like a year before Totally Killer. So before we start breaking out the pitchforks and saying, what a fucking ripoff. No, this happens all the time. Parallel ideas. People just, there are only so many ideas to have, dude. So, Time Cut sounds like it's going to be a Totally Killer-esque movie, but it was written by Michael Kennedy, who's the king of these movies. The guy who wrote Freaky and It's a Wonderful Knife. So here we go. Let's check this out. Increase the volume on the app.
20 years ago, my sister and 3 other students were murdered.
Already sounding very similar.
4 kids murdered and they never even caught the guy.
But 20 years ago,
I
it was
never
2000.
got to meet my sister.
That's fun.
They say you can't change the past. But what if you could? What is going on?
Yeah, okay, I'm down for a 2000s version of it.
What's the date?
April 16th.
What year?
Honey, it's 2003.
2003, okay. Yes, Heelys!
You're from the future. This is insane.
Look,
What is this?
it's my phone.
You call people on this?
I don't really call people, but
It's supposed to be like $1 million.
Now, I have a chance to stop the murders.
You look really familiar.
something really bad starts tonight.
How do you know that?
These stores look very accurate.
You can't stop this.
Escalator
You
kill,
could create
fun.
a ripple effect that could be devastating.
We're not altering the future. We're just giving it a little makeover.
Makeover.
A makeover.
Yeah, like in She's All That.
I don't remember that movie ending in the destruction of the space-time continuum.
Would she have even seen She's All That if she's from 2024? The big white studded belt, dude.
In the
Perfect.
future, do they catch the guy?
Summer.
You're stabbing someone with a CD. Great. Okay. Yeah, for sure. I just want to see the 2003-ness of it all. Actually, last night, I went on this, like, weird nostalgia trip. For some reason, I just searched on Reddit Battlefield 1942 and Battlefield 2, which are video games in the Battlefield series that came out in, I think, 2003, 2005, that I was obsessed with. Like, we played so much at LAN parties, online. At one point in Battlefield 2, I was ranked, like, 300th in the world, and then I had to leave for a week to go to band camp, and I was pissed because I never was able to reclaim that rating. I just wasted so much goddamn time playing those fucking games. So many energy drinks and long summer nights playing it. And then I listened to the loading screen music for those games, and holy shit, man, it just transported me back to that time. And it just felt so weird how much I was washed over with nostalgia. Not like necessarily I want to go back to that time, because the Bush era wasn't great. Even as a teen, I knew that. But, like, it was obviously, from a person of my age's perspective, such a simpler time. You know, the internet was such a smaller place. Oh, man, it was weird. I just, like, went on this nostalgia. And you'll have it too, no matter what age you are. When you are in your 30s, something will remind you, probably a smell or a sound, because those seem to activate it the most, of something that you did a lot as a teenager when life was simpler for you in comparison. And it'll be like, oh man, whew, it'll move ya. It'll move ya. All right, and the only other trailer we have is Companion. Fuck, do I know what this is? It has 6.5 million views, so other people know what this is. What is this? Written and directed by Drew Hancock. Ooh, Suburgatory! Nice credit, dude. And, oh, this is the one with Jack Quaid in it. Okay. Our buddy Jack Quaid. Let's see. Oh, it's a short one. Teaser trailer, I see.
My love must be a kind of blind love.
It's another food-based one.
All right. I only have eyes.
Jack, we love you, Jack. Why are you sad, Jack? Oh. Jack, what are you doing, man? Is that like the producers? Jack, no!
I know it's gonna sound cheesy, but the moment we locked eyes, there was just a spark.
Whoa! All right. Sophie Thatcher? Is that the lead? What's she in? Yellow Jackets and the Boogeyman? I like her styling in this. Oh wait, yes, I turned off autoplay, so thank you to everyone from the previous live stream who's like, you can turn that off. There's just a little button. So thank you. I did that based on your recommendation. I appreciate that. And thank you, Husker for Life 109, who said I was 4 in 2003. Never mind. I take back that thanks. Fuck you. Thanks a lot. Okay. That looks fun. I don't know if that's like... At first, I obviously thought of The Menu. Then I thought of Strange Darling. But who knows what it's going to be like. It can be... I thought that it would just be maybe the two of them, but there's the person with the food, and then there were like people dancing. So it looked like more than just the one couple. Yeah, who are all these people? I don't know what's going on here, but maybe that's the opening where they meet each other, something like that. I don't know. That looks cool. I love Jack Quaid. Love him. And when does this come out? This comes out January 10th. So we'll have something to watch in January. Again, I don't think nowadays we can stick to it's January, so it's bad. Old maxim. Throw that shit out the window, man. Movies can come out any time of year nowadays, and they can still be good. Okay, people, I don't need to hear how old you were in 2003, all right? I don't need to hear people who were -1, Jim S., in 2003. I don't need to hear that you were 1 year old in 2003, ISO Campbell, okay? Because I was busy poning noobs in Battlefield 2. No, that would have been Battlefield 1942. Desert Combat. The mod. Yo, though, the music for these games was so fucking dope, dude. It was so fucking dope. This, the MEC loading theme. This, I am sitting at my computer in my basement, chugging an energy drink, getting mad at my slow-ass internet for not connecting faster. Fucking amazing. So good. So good. What's this one? Oh yeah. A little bit laid back. A little bit laid back. This sounds like some fucking Saw music, dude. Yo, John Kramer about to make an appearance, man. John Kramer about to set down a claymore. Oh. Someone needs to fucking make a remix of the Battlefield 2 theme and Hello Zap. Yo, this sounds like Saw. I just love that comment. Oh, it's so good. One more. Battlefield 1942 Desert Combat Loading music. Yeah, look at that fucking red play bar, dude, because I was just playing it last night. This is even older. You can tell by the quality. Hold on, it's about to get even better. It's pretty cool, but like, wait a minute. Ready? Here it comes. Dude, this could be a modern song. All you gotta do is throw in some of those, what's the little sound effect they always use? It's like, oh, 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 oh. It's so fucking good. And then I look at the comments and it's like, man, that shit hits me right in the, this is nostalgia. Comment left 10 years ago. I'm like, oh, I shrivel up. No, the last Battlefield I played was 2. I don't even know. I was still a teen. I think then I started drinking and getting into partying and just wasted my time a different way. My whole life is a series of reflections on how much time I wasted in various stupid ass ways. So don't be like me. Learn a language. Do that instead. It's a superpower. If you can speak another language, it's a fucking superpower. All right. I think that's all I got for you today, or else we'll just keep listening to Battlefield music, and I don't think you guys need to, some war game theme songs. Listen, those games were so good, and I've read the comments about newer games, and they all say that it doesn't capture the same feeling of those older Battlefield games. There was just this coordination. You would have like 32 people on either team, and Battlefield 2 had a top-down looking commander who could coordinate sending squads to different areas and pointing out when the enemy teams were coming down different ways. Oh my god, it was so fucking good, dude. And you had to be different classes. You had snipers and medics and anti-tank, and it's like, oh, C4ing a squad of tanks and blowing it. Oh, I never played Bad Company. No, I heard that was really good. I heard that was a good one. Okay. All right. That's all I got. I got to tear myself away from this and go do some other shit. But, thanks everyone. I'll see you next week.